Hey everybody! On today's episode, we're going to be doing something a little special. Theobroma cacao, or, by our modern standards, chocolate. Now, in the early 1500s, Hernan Cortez and Montezuma, the leader of the Aztec peoples, came together and they met, and as a show of hospitality and power, Montezuma presented Cortez with a goblet, all made out of gold, filled with this frothy brown liquid. Montezuma drank one, tossed the golden goblet into the lake, and he presented one to Cortez. Now, Cortez's translator said, "Oh, this is a very special thing. This brown liquid, chocolatl, which literally translates to a bitter water, imparts the drinker the knowledge of the universe, and is a gift from the gods, Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent." And so Cortez drank of it, said, "Yeah, it is bitter, but there's something about it. There's something energizing, invigorating about it." And he later wrote to the King and Queen of Spain that if a man drinks this stuff, just a cup of it, he can go about, walk an entire day, and not even feel hungry. And so the scientific name for chocolate, Theobroma cacao, comes from the Greek. Theo, meaning God, broma, meaning food. So it's the food of the gods, in keeping with this story about Cortez and Montezuma. Now, what does this all have to do with today's episode and comfort food? Well, people ask me to make a chocolate recipe, and I remember reading one from a really good chef named Claude Udron from France. This recipe is simple to do, very quick to cook, and extremely flavorful. You get the full knowledge of the universe when you eat this one. Anyways, let's check it out. And on today's episode, we're going to do a chocolate gourmandise inspired by Claude Udron. 100 grams of couverture chocolate of 78%. We're also going to need 100 grams of butter, unsalted. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in a double boiler. This is a gentle method of melting the chocolate, and this is required. You don't want to scorch chocolate whatsoever. We're also going to need 5 oven-proof ramekins. So this is an extremely practical chocolate dessert. You can make it ahead of time, put it in the ramekins, and just hold it in the fridge if you want, and cook at the last minute. But the first step, butter the ramekins. Just get a piece of cold butter, roll it around on the inside, make sure you catch all the surfaces, and do this for all 5 ramekins. Next, you get some flour. Put it inside the ramekin and roll it around to get a thin coating of flour on the inside. This helps the chocolate release. It's a very quick and easy procedure. For ingredients, we're also going to need 3 eggs, roughly 150 grams worth. In a mixing bowl, we're going to need 150 grams of sugar. To this, we're also going to add 35 grams of flour. And to bind it all together, we put our 3 eggs inside our mixing bowl. Essentially, this is like a very simple cake batter, and we add the chocolate to it. But first things first, we're going to mix the eggs, the sugar, and the flour all together. So you turn on your mixer, and you get it all together until it's homogeneous and creamy looking, just like this. And now we're going to get back to our chocolate. So it's been sitting over the boiling water. The butter and the chocolate slowly melt together, so we just keep on stirring. And then we keep on stirring until there are no lumps left, and the chocolate and butter are all incorporated together into this nice, shiny liquid. You see this? Okay, so now we're going to add this to our cake batter. So we turn on our mixer, and we gradually pour in our chocolate liquid until it's all fully incorporated. There are no blonde bits or anything, just chocolatey goodness. And there you have it. Now we're going to pour this into our ramekins 2/3 of the way up. Now you can store it in the fridge until you're ready, because this dessert you have to serve hot. So now what we do is we preheat our oven to 400 Fahrenheit, unwrap our ramekins, and then we put them inside. Now I cook them for 11 minutes exactly, not 10, not 12. And then we should get something that looks like this. The outside is more cooked, it looks like a souffle, and the center is nice and liquidy, sort of like a chocolate volcano cake. Chef Udron really knew what he was doing when he came up with this recipe. You get something that looks like this, you can make a head, and here's a test.
Okay. Oh! Oh my god. I don't know if you guys can see what I see, but oh. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.